Resolve. This House shall proscribe the Academic Staff Union of Universities (ASUU). Mr. Chair and honourable members, our current education sector is appalling. Incessant strike and poor funding are key issues killing Nigeria universities. Mr. Chair, I, the Prime Minister, will discuss why and how the salvation to stop incessant strike is to proscribe ASUU, and my Deputy Prime Minister will discuss solutions to poor funding. 1. ASUU should be proscribed for national and student interest. Mr. Chair and honourable members, Section 45 subsection 1b of Nigeria Constitution and Article 11 Section 2 of European Convention of Human Rights categorically states freedom of association can be limited for national interest, public safety and interest of third parties. It is therefore in the student interest that ASUU should be proscribed. The opposition may try to downplay the effect of ASUU strike and place the blame on the government. However, it is a no-brainer that some of these demands are completely overwhelming and unrealistic due to economic downturn caused by insecurity and pandemic. Yet, ASUU remains adamant, disrupting academic calendar once in every 16 months in the last 22 years. ASUU has repeatedly kept the leaders of tomorrow idle. The idle ants have finally become the devil's workshop, such that youth have more guns than books, and annually we produce more internet fraudsters than university graduates. Mr. Chair, if ASUU strike continues, there will be no leaders of tomorrow. Therefore, it is pertinent that this House proscribe ASUU. Secondly, ASUU's unfulfilled demand will never end. Mr. Chair and honourable members, although previous governments have shortfalls, ASUU has increasingly become adamant in their demands at the expense of students. For example, in 1980, ASUU embarked on strike actions to demand restatement of 6 lecturers sacked on University of Lagos. Again, in 2001, ASUU embarked on strike to demand restatement of 49 lecturers sacked on University of Ilorin. Each time, all ASUU member universities had to shut down because of the demand of a single university. Also, from 2015 to 2022, Nigeria's external debt increased by fourfold, from $10 billion to $40 billion. Yet, ASUU remains oblivious of our economic circumstance, not shifting ground but continuously asking for pay rise. Mr. Chair, ASUU's unfulfilled demand will never end even if ASUU president becomes Nigeria president. Therefore, it is imperative that this House proscribe ASUU. Finally, Governing Council should control the affairs of each university. Mr. Chair and honourable members, following the proscription of ASUU, the Governing Council of each university will be allowed to exercise complete autonomy on the general affairs of each university. Each council shall be saddled with responsibility of ensuring the interest of its university and academic members, ranging from conflict resolution, negotiation of salary packages, to even suitable payment platform for its members as agreed through dialogue and consultation. Each governing council controls its university. This saves the nation from undue strike action ravaging our education sector in the name of unionism. Mr. Chair, I have shown this House that we must proscribe ASUU on the basis of 1. ASUU's demands are overwhelming and unending. 2. It is in the best interest of our nation and youth. And 3. Ensure each governing council controls its university. Honourable members, if we shy away from proscribing ASUU now, we will become the village that sold its soul, and generations to come will ask, were you not there? What did you do?
Mr. Chair and honourable members, it is understandable that the opposition leader echoes propaganda peddled by ASUU, that the repeated failure of the government to meet ASUU's demands is responsible for the incessant strike actions. However, the Prime Minister has done a great job in explaining how our reality has changed over time. We have also established that in trying to solve the problems of the educational sector, ASUU has become a major problem in the education sector. Mr. Chair and honourable members, to boost and revitalize our universities, we propose the creation of EduTrust while we proscribe ASUU. EduTrust seeks to address the problems of funding, autonomy, and academic freedom. First, we will adopt the judiciary model of management for EduTrust, making it constitutional, independent, and free of any governmental interference. An autonomous council, EduTrust board, with representatives from the academic staff, the federal government, and a neutral legal council will be the sole administrator of this establishment. Second, acknowledging that the government cannot be the sole sponsor of education while still keeping education relatively free, we will fund EduTrust through 1. Philanthropists and alumni donations like Alfred Nobel's Nobel Prize. 2. 1% of the salary of political office holders. 3. Increasing the TED fund to 5%. 4. Lobbying political parties to donate 10% of their political nomination funds to serve as an act of goodwill towards education development. And 5. Repositioning universities to become problem-solving social entrepreneurs. Finally, Mr. Chair and honorable members, proscribing ASUU is only a tough decision to make if you do not consider education to be the most powerful tool that can change the world, like Mandela said. It is only a tough decision if you think it is just